If you love sharing, or you have an interest in sharing your aviation content online with family, friends, or even on a YouTube channel, there's a few must-have items that you need, and we're going to talk about it today. Now don't worry, to make this easy, I put links to everything we're going to talk about today down in the description. Just click on it, it'll take you right where you need to be. Now, first thing you need is a camera. It's easy to get lost in the hundreds and hundreds of options out there on the internet today. And those cameras range from tens of dollars to hundreds of dollars. Now, while I hate to see the price tag of those new action cameras online myself, I have to admit, you want to try to steer away from those cheap knockoff cameras, unless picture quality really doesn't matter to you. So obviously, the two biggest names out there right now are GoPro and DJI. I mean, you really can't go wrong with either. They both have a lot of pros and few cons, and actually, I use both. The camera that I record all my cockpit views, or inside my cockpit, is a GoPro Hero 8. Now I realize they're up to the, I don't know, I guess 12 or 13 model now. I bought this GoPro several years ago to take advantage of 4K video recording. The very first one that I bought went bad, filed a warranty, had to pay like a $150 deductible, imagine that. But got it replaced, and I've had no trouble out of this one since then. You know, with some of the newer cameras, there's a lot, probably updated features and things, but for what I need it for, is just to put it in one place, set it and forget it. This does the job. Next, the camera that's usually on my wing view over here, it's actually a DJI Action 3. And just like the GoPro, it offers image stabilization, 10-bit color. One of the biggest things I do like about it is the DJI Action 3 battery lasts a lot longer than my GoPro battery. Now I get it, GoPros come out with their Enduro batteries since this model that probably get it closer to this, but it's not worth buying a brand new camera just for the battery. All right, so if you said, all right, Brian, I hear you, I'm gonna buy one camera between the two, which would I pick? If I was sizing up the GoPro or the DJI beside each other, I'm going DJI every day. A couple different reasons. Number one, it's slightly more affordable for arguably the same benefits. They both have 10-bit color, and if you're not really trying to make any quality with your videos, the 10-bit color thing won't matter. The battery lasts longer, but the biggest thing is the mounting system for DJI is far more sophisticated than the old GoPro. Every once in a while on my channel, you'll see a 360 video pop up. To capture that, I use the Insta360 1R. And kind of like my GoPro, this is an older model camera, but again, for what I use it for, I haven't found a need to justify buying a new 360 camera just to upgrade. Second thing you're gonna need, if you wanna record the audio that you hear in your cockpit onto your camera so that you hear it when you watch the video, you need a special cord. Basically, depending on which model of action camera you get, depends on which specific cable you need. Now, the easiest way to make sure you get the right cable is to let someone else do it for you. And what I mean is, go to the website, inflightcam.com. You can pull up the different cables and just select the one that's made specifically for the model of GoPro or whatever that you have. Now, the way that cable typically works is, you're gonna have one end that hooks into your action camera, and then on the other end, you're gonna have headset and mic jacks, and they plug into your headset and into your intercom. Now, when you're recording a video, you'll hear your cockpit audio on your video. Now, if you get to playing around online looking, you will find that there's external audio devices that you can plug up and record your audio similar to this, straight to an audio device. And then in editing, you can take that audio, pair it to your video, and some people say it's a more reliable way of capturing audio than depending on your camera to do it. And it could be, but I have tried it and it's far more tedious than it's worth. All right, third thing you're gonna need is a mount. Now, if you go to GoPro or even DJI's website, you're gonna find some really overpriced, absurd camera mounts. Do yourself a favor, just get on Amazon. I've used them for years and years, and I've had no problems. For my cockpit camera, I use a suction cup mount like this. The reason I like it is because no one has a suction cup to put on the glass. You've got several different adjustment points, meaning I can adjust it up and down. I also have a swivel on the front. You can adjust it left and right to get it level, as well as your adjustments that you can make on the camera swing itself. I like that because you can establish the camera mount somewhere out of the way, but then it gives you the flexibility to move it and tweak it to get it just right to capture the shot that you want. Now, obviously, I fly an experimental aircraft. You should definitely look at the regulations when it comes to permanent and temporary mounts for aircraft. Now, for my wing camera, I use a claw system. If you've been following along on the channel, I do a lot of backcountry off airport type landing. So these mounts take a beating and I've never had any problems out of them. Now, bonus tip, let's talk about this real quick. As I said before, I started out with a GoPro camera and slowly have started transitioning to DJI. One of the things I noticed when I got my first DJI camera out of the box is the mounting system for this is far superior than GoPro. GoPro still uses the old screw and bolt technology, which does the job and it's robust. But if you're in an environment where you're climbing in and out of the cockpit, every time you take that camera out, you have to unscrew it. When you get back in, you have to screw it back in, and then you have to adjust it, make sure it's right where it's supposed to be to capture the angle that you're trying to get. Again, it works, it's just cumbersome. DJI offers the magnetic mount system, which is a tad bit misleading because the magnets is not what actually attaches it. It's just basically a guide, and it has two claws that clamp onto the camera and hold it. That's super sturdy and super tight. With this, you get your mount set where you want to, you get it at the angle you want to, and now every time you want to take the camera up and down or on and off, you simply just grab the hooks to release it, pull it off. And when you get ready to mount it back again, you just slide it up there till it clicks, pull on it to make sure it's snug, and you're ready to go. So what do you do if you have a GoPro camera and you're wanting to transition and use the more sophisticated DJI magnetic clamp system? Two things you need. Number one, a company named Ulanzi sells a conversion kit. What you do is you take and remove the old GoPro old style feet by simply just unscrewing it, and you take the new Ulanzi system, screw it into the bottom of your GoPro camera in those matching holes, and now you have a foot to your GoPro that matches the DJI mounting system. Second part of that is you can actually go on DJI's website and order their magnetic mounting system, or if you prefer, you can go on Amazon to the link down in my description and order the same thing with a different brand on it called Teleson. What this does is it has the traditional feet like a GoPro camera that you mount where you want it. Now every time you want to mount and dismount your camera, you just simply, it clicks, and that's pulling it apart, it stays. But when you get ready to unmount it, you simply squeeze the two claws, pull it apart, you're ready to rock and roll. Just that easy. So again, click on the link down in my description, buy the Ulanzi foot to convert your GoPro, then you buy the Teleson foot for the DJI mounting system, then it's just a simple click and you're ready to go. And there you have it. Like I said, I get a lot of questions in my inbox about what camera setup do I have and what do I use. If you will use the links down in the description, it will give you everything that you need to get started. So that's a wrap. What's next?